From the tip of the tail of New Zealand, Te Rerenga-Wairua, to Bluff in the south, the Te Araroa Trail is a continuous 3,000-kilometre track that connects settlements, townships and cities. But more than that, it connects the people of Aotearoa. The track shows off all kinds of New Zealand experiences, both spiritual and physical, and of course, our stunning landscapes.
When he's running, you say, help.
You know, I've always wanted to explore the ancient trails and walkways of our tupuna, our ancestors, to meet the people who live in those small towns and communities along the way, and find out what makes us so unique and interesting. So, put the billy on, because I could be calling in to say kia ora. In this episode of the Te Araroa Trails, we're heading to the area traditionally known as Murihiku, the tail end of the land. With the arrival of the English, a bit of a straightforward name was settled on, Southland. Like a lot of people who walk the trail, I'm just taking on a chunk. Should take a couple of days. I'm starting on the long hilly track which comes out of Oraka, Colac Bay. The track hugs the coastline through Apirima, Riverton, one of New Zealand's oldest towns, and then I'll be walking along Orete Beach to meet a floundering pond.
Mate, it was looking a bit hairy out there for you.
After a spell on the beach, the track goes inland past the big smoke of Invercargill and down to the tail end of Aotearoa to Bluff.
Rough and tough, and we come from Bluff.
And of course there will be K, and more K along the way to keep my strength up on this heat wave.
I love this place.
But my journey starts here at Long Hilly Track. You know, when I think of Southland, I think of wide open spaces, beautiful scenery, changeable weather, great food from the land and from the sea. But the big thing is the people. They reckon the further south you go, the friendlier the people. And I'm here to meet a guy who knows a lot about the bush and knows a lot about this track. Haere mai. Kevin Hawkes and a bunch of Southland locals were instrumental in getting this part of the track up and running before the Department of Conservation took over the management of the track.
How are you, Pierre?
Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah. What got you hooked into Te Araroa, the trail?
Well, I've always been a person of the bush. I love the bush, but years ago when I was a boy, I was into a lot of deer stalking. Got lost a few times, as you do.
Yeah.
Being part of this activity of making a track that other people can enjoy that same bush.
Okay.
It's really just been an accomplishment for us.
Yeah. So it's really about making it accessible to other people, eh?
Oh, yes. Yeah. This tree over here, this is fuchsia.
Right.
Must tell you about fuchsia.
Okay.
Here we go. See that fuchsia?
Yeah.
What does that remind you of?
Oh.
That is pure tobacco. Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to roll it up like this, and we'd make a smoke, almost a cigar, and we would smoke it.
There was a mini gold rush here in the 1880s. The Europeans had no interest in this place at first, so about 500 Chinese started working the area. Some of the old mines are still on the track. Kev, is that it? It's not very big.
Oh, you're right, it's not very big. So there's just room to climb in there and go and follow the seam,
Yep.
which is down under the ground here. Remember, P.O., when the Europeans came in, they had big sluicing operations going.
Yeah.
And so the natural height of the land before they sluiced is way up there, up the top of that cliff. And everything has gone down these sludge channels.
Wow. It's a beautiful place.
That's beautiful.
Let's keep going. Mate, did you ever find any bits and pieces of those early days?
Yes, we certainly did. We've got a few bits and pieces down home.
Oh.
And you would be welcome to come down and have
cool,
a
bro.
look at those PO.
Awesome.
You'd be welcome.
Hey, look, one thing, because you know so much about this, are pubs considered legitimate stops on the trail? Kevin's farm basically backs onto the track, which is great because my socks are wet and a little bit of a tea break would be nice. So, bro, tell me about this place. This is a beautiful spot.
Well, this is the site of Canton. It was the old gold mining township for the Chinese.
Yeah.
And Canton was right down this ridge here where we are now.
Yeah.
There were about 33 or 34 buildings in total.
Right.
But that included the pub and the library and the post office, and a whole community developed up with hotels and Joss House, which is a community centre.
No, hang on, bro. Hang on. I know what a Joss House is.
You know about it.
That's where you sort of casually go. It's sort of like your Chinese workingmen's club, isn't it? Where you go down and you have a bit of the old... it's opium den, isn't it?
Well, when you go into the Joss House initially,
Yeah.
you're actually going through a very, very sensitive cultural area.
Oh.
And it is beautiful. But then when you progress through the back of that, then that's when you get out with the pipe and you do your gambling and you get into your opium and
Lovely.
really enjoy life, you know?
So this building behind us actually is the last man standing from Canton.
Correct.
It's amazing to think about these men who came all the way from China over 100 years ago to this place in the hope of finding gold and making their lives better. And no women, eh?
Correct.
Eh?
Correct.
And it's cold down here too.
There were some of the European ladies that did...
House calls.
correct.
House
Yes,
calls.
yes.
Muffins. Baking.
Traps.
Yeah. Let's comfort calls.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Cheers.
Good luck.
Oh, that's nice.
Very healthy.
Very healthy.
Yes. It cleanses the body.
So all this stuff here, did you find this on the property?
Yes, everything that you see here, we've dug it up or happened to cross it
Yeah.
down in the bush, or when we're ploughing a paddock, or...
Yeah.
Here is very interesting. As usual, you can see that on the bottom of the pottery, there is the maker's
Mark.
There is the name of the owner of this plate engraved in there.
Do you get many people coming off the trail?
Yes, we do. We get quite a few, and people come out of there.
Yeah.
Their feet are wet, their socks are wet,
And then they're off.
because they're keen to get down to the bluff, get down to the end to say, there, we have done it.
Well, mate, I'm going to have to thank you for your typical southern hospitality. It's been a pleasure, and I need to get moving too. Thanks very much.
Good luck with the rest of your little tramp down to Bluff.
Kia ora, mate. It's been a 2-hour walk from long, hilly track, and I've finally made it to the coast, which the Te Araroa Trail will hug for the rest of my journey to Bluff. Māori chief Korako lived here. The good old European whalers thought his name sounded a bit like the English word colic, and the name stuck. This beautiful part of the country is now known as Oraka, Colac Bay.
G'day.
Hey, bro, how are you?
Not too bad. On the trail?
Yeah, on the trail, mate. Pure, nice to meet you.
Was it?
Couldn't grab a water off you, could I?
Problem?
You have to keep your strength up while tramping. And the Colac Holiday Park and Pub is not only on the trail, but experienced in how to feed a hungry tramper like me. Cheers, mate. So, did you get a few people off the trail here?
Yeah, actually we do. We've got a little book, our visitor book. So
Yeah.
there's all sorts of people come on it. There's a lot of Germans, USA guys. The fastest time, I think, is 31 days, top to bottom.
Yeah, to Bluff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you got a bit to catch up on.
But what are people like when they roll in here?
But normally they're muddy. They're not, they're not dressed for the city. They're mud up their eyeballs, especially if it's been wet or raining, because they've walked probably 8 hours.
Yeah.
They all come in and have big meals. One guy had a big steak meal, and then he had another burger meal.
Yeah.
even a guy like you couldn't probably manage that.
Yeah, no, I don't eat a lot. What do you recommend for a feed?
Well, how about a Wazza burger?
A Wazza burger? You famous for those?
We're famous for those.
Show us your Wazza, mate.
I'll get one Wazza burger.
Hey, was that a cod burger or was a burger?
Whoa. Hi, how are you? Sorry, my name's Peel.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, nice to meet you.
You too.
You know, one of the neat things about Southland is the way you guys roll your R's. I mean, we love it. So you're obviously a local.
Not really.
So you're not from here?
No.
Say purple curtains.
Purple curtains.
You must be from here. No, really, so that's just happened as you've been down here?
Yeah. Doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen.
So, where are you from?
I'm from Mahia Peninsula. Rongomawahi is my tribe.
Kia ora. Do you guys notice it, bro, just in the way you speak?
No, not at all. Did you stop in Gore?
No, I haven't been to Gore yet. Is that the capital of R rolling?
Gore is the capital.
So when I go to Gore, I need to ask somebody to say, girls from Gore love purple curtains.
Purple work shirts.
What is that?
Purple work shirts.
That's why you fellas got black ones.
Yeah. Slimming.
I need two of them. So you've got your cod, your paua, your even toheroa, cockles, pipi,
Cray. Yeah.
venison, yeah.
Pork.
Wild pork, trout,
Whitebait coming up.
what?
Oysters.
Yeah. So if you're starving in Southland, you're not getting off the couch, eh?
Yeah, it means you're pretty koretaki.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
What's the kino like? Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah. And of course, you've got spades.
Yep.
So I'll just go and get your was a burger for you.
Yeah. Chores. Doesn't matter. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
No, that's a Wazza burger.
Kia ora.
Anete was a burger.
Anete was a burger.
Bon appetito.
So this is named after you, brother?
Yeah.
Tall and handsome and full of it.
Yeah. You're dead right. You want 9 and fork, you're just going to use that big mouth.
Just have a go, eh?
Have a go,
Just
but
have
you
a
can't, because we've had this mess happen before.
Have we?
Yep.
Yeah, but who cares? See, the secret is not even to lift it up, because I could pull a hamstring just lifting it up. Oh. Wazza. The ultimate Wazza, mate.
It is.
You are the man. Tēnā koe, bro. Good effort. There's a Soviet there, sorry. Somebody had 2 of these?
Yep.
10 k's from Colac Bay, I'm thinking my burger has probably been walked off as the Te Araroa Trail takes me into Riverton, the oldest Pākehā settlement in Southland and one of New Zealand's oldest towns. A guy named Walter Bulldog Durant Mantell was sent here by the Crown to buy a bunch of land. And in 1853, he ended up buying the lot. The whole of Southland, or Murihiku, as it was known then. There were some technicalities around the lack of reservations left for local Māori. You know, on this part of the Te Araroa Trail, I don't know, I just feel a little bit closer to the whenua. I'm certainly in the elements, that's for sure. But it's so different to living in the city where you can just jump in your car, turn the air on, throw a CD in or whatever and just, I don't know, you miss the journey and you miss so much. But here, I'm in the elements. Got to be on my game, I've got to be healthy, I've got to stay fit. And of course, I have to be observant. Oh, something happening right here. Ah, crikey. Kia ora, guys.
Kia ora.
How are you?
How's it going?
Hi, I'm Pure. What's your name? Justice, what a cool name, hey?
Kia ora. Jess.
Kia ora, Jess. I saw the fire, a bit cold and wet.
Yeah.
Are you guys crazy or what? What are you doing out here?
Well, it's raining, but we're going to get wet anyway, eh, Justice?
So you surf too?
Yeah.
How old are you?
10.
10. Oh, okay. I'm just going to get a towel out.
Yeah, you look like you need it. Actually, you look like you need a wetsuit.
I do need a wetsuit.
Go out, catch a wave, hang out with the dolphins and the seals.
Dolphins and seals out here?
Yeah.
Don't you get scared?
No.
How long have you been surfing? Since you're 2 or so?
No, just for like a couple of months.
I've got a surf school here in Riverton.
Yeah.
One day I just yelled out over the fence and told her to jump in and come along to the beach. Pushed her into her first wave and she surfed for about 500 metres and...
On your first wave? Yeah. I have tried for years to surf and I'm hopeless. So, a natural, do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She paddled back out the back after that first wave and said, I want a bigger one. Yeah.
There's some Kiwi kids that are doing really well in surfing. Do you have any favourite surfers?
Yes.
And Jess is certainly a role model. She's pretty modest, but you are looking at a former New Zealand champion and pro surfer. Yeah. Why do people fall in love with this place? What do you like so much about being in Southland?
Well, for me, I just love the raw south coast. It's just a certain energy that you get from the storms and the wind and the weather. It's got a real strong energy.
Real special waiter, eh?
It is.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
special.
I feel it when I'm down here.
Yeah.
So, do you think because you don't live in a huge, big, flash skyscraper type city, do you think you're lucky or a bit unlucky?
Probably lucky.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Probably be a professional surfer.
Probably a professional surfer. As a sort of a mentor, do you think that's a realistic ambition for our young kōtiro here?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Seeing her on her first day, on her first wave, catch a green wave that went all the way through for a couple of 100 metres.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me 2 years. 2 years to get my first green wave. And
Green wave?
yeah, well, a green wave is like the unbroken part, so you're not going straight along in the white water. She was actually surfing along the green wall of the wave.
You know, I really wish I could surf, actually.
Well, it's neither too late, might as well.
Yes, it is. Away you go. I'll look after the food. Good on you, girl. Good on you, kōtiro. It's the way. Ka pai tō mahi. Ka rawe. No, I'm not coming out there. Bring back some kinners. You know, I'm just sitting here thinking how cool it is that Jess actually recognised the talent and justice. This was over the back fence, mind you. So a little kid playing around the backyard. Jess says, come surfing, and this has got the potential to change this kid's life. It's sort of sparked the passion in her about surfing. She reckons she's going to go on the pro tour and make lots of money. I think that's cool. Only in Aotearoa, eh? Well, it's not 90 miles, but it was 26 kilometres since I saw Jess and Justice at the north end of Oreti Beach. This southern end is the stretch Bert Munro, aka the world's fastest Indian, used to practice on.
This place is so isolated, I feel like the last man alive.
This solitude isn't going to last long though. At the end of Oreti Beach, I'll be heading inland on the road past the bright lights of Invercargill. It's a bit of a walk and I'm hungry already. There's only so much dehydrated food a man can take. Well, I'm nearly at the bottom of the South Island. I've got to tell you, I am starving. But right here in front of me is the moana, the ocean, and it is just full of food. This part of Southland is renowned for its kai moana. Out there you can get pipi tohero, you need a permit for that, blue cod, kahawai, all sorts of things. But I'm trying to get me a flounder if I'm lucky. There's a couple of guys out here might know what they're doing.
How you going, guys?
Oh, g'day.
G'day, mate. Pio.
Tom Sawyer. Pleased to meet you, mate. My friend John Grant.
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
all go, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Did you say your name was Tom Sawyer?
Yeah. Same as a book.
Oh,
PO.
okay.
You've been out floundering.
Well, mate, I'm starving. I've got to get a feed, bro.
Look, leave it to the experts.
Oh, okay. So this is a common practice for you guys to
Yeah,
come down here and...
Yeah, just on the incoming tide occasionally, and the flounders follow the tide in to eat the worms and the sand, and you just take the net out, pull her along the right angles to the beach for a while, and pull in some flounders. Yeah,
Awesome.
In theory.
I know that Southlanders are renowned for rolling their R's, but your accent's a little different.
45 years of Southland here.
Yeah.
But before that, I was born in England. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Came out to Southland a long time ago and been here ever since. Best part of the best country in the world, I reckon. So.
Kia ora. Are there many sort of palms and stuff here?
Oh, a few, not enough really. Sadly, all the immigrants end up in Auckland, which gives you a horrible housing crisis up there.
Yeah.
And down here we've got spare houses, spare schools, spare roads, and no crush. So we're fine. We can always do with more imports. You should move down.
No, well, I'm just passing through, mate.
Move down. The floundering's far better here than up north. You know.
You know, I've got a theory about this place. I reckon that the abundance of seafood could be due to the fact that there's less fellas like me here.
Could very well be. I mean, when you look at Auckland with, 1.3 million people, and so every beach around there will be cleaned out. If you look along the beach here today, OK, it's a Monday morning, but can you see anybody else? You know?
Just us, mate. Just us. You know, a lot of people in our country...
They don't use it.
Yeah, but...
It's there.
Yeah.
You know, and it's there for the taking. Stewart Island's the same size as Singapore. It's got 400 people, and Singapore's got 4.5 million. You know, and it's 20 miles away. It's a 20-minute flight from Invercargill to that sort of paradise over, just on the horizon over there. I mean, 400 people?
Yeah.
In something the size of Singapore?
Mate, I can hear the passion in your voice.
Oh,
I mean, you're not even a local yet. Because
three generations I'm going to be a local, I tell you.
Mate, I'm getting hungry. I hope you can deliver.
Well, look, it'll be in the laps of Tangaroa out there, but we'll give it a burst. And hey, what are you doing tonight? Come on home tonight, and we'll cook at what we catch. And if we don't catch anything, I'll call past the fish shop and buy a few on the way and just pretend.
Sure,
how's that sound?
I'm a starter.
Good on you, mate.
Good. I might shift your truck. Any food in it?
Nah, sorry.
There's an amazing marine history on this coast. The sealers were the first to cotton on to the money that could be made, and they came in the 1790s and were predominantly Scottish men. There was lots of intermarriage with local Māori women. 30 years after they arrived, the seals were pretty much wiped out. So they got into whaling. And then the whaling got wiped out. I don't think Tom's having much luck either.
Mate, it was looking a bit hairy out there for you.
Ah, it's a bit of a tide rip there, P.O.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what's happened to the fish. I've never, ever come here and not caught a fish, but you turn up with your stick and you've scared them all away. We've got one crab, I'm afraid to say. So
Yeah.
not very good.
Good news is...
Good exercise.
Good news is I didn't drink all the coffee, all right?
Oh, thanks, mate. And what better things to do on a Monday morning, eh?
Kia ora, brother.
OK. Thanks, P.O.
You know, the fishing wasn't too flash, but that doesn't matter. The people of Southland are renowned for their hospitality, and they'll put on a good feed, and they've invited me. So I'm off to Invercargill. Yeah, the big smoke.
Can I pour you a beer?
Yeah.
We have an excellent brewery in town here, and they do some really good draft ales. So.
Right. I feel like I'm in the Rovers.
Yeah. No. Oh, this actually came from a brother's pub in UK. There you go. Try that for size, mate.
Kia ora.
Mate, I've got to ask you,
Yeah.
why does somebody go and buy a 17-room house?
Because it was cheap and it needed a bit of work.
So, like, all this shipping memorabilia here, obviously a big part of your life.
It has been over the years. I've been in the shipping business for quite a while, and that's the Spirit of New Zealand, of course. I'm a part-time skipper on that one. Spirit of New Zealand there.
Yeah.
Same thing there, and that was a pirate ship we did a movie on a few years ago in Thailand, so sailed on it.
Did you? You just dropped that in, didn't you, mate?
Yeah.
Movie in Thailand. And you can do that from Invercargill.
Yes, precisely. You don't need to go anywhere else, you know. I love Southland, you know.
Yeah. Well, Tom's invited a few people around for a drink and nibbles. That's not unusual because that's what they do in Southland. But you know what? There's something I miss when I'm on the trail in the bush, and that's a good, clean, working wharepaku. And I'm going to find one in a hurry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
While I've been busy finding a nice warm toilet in Tom's 18-room mansion, New Zealand's longest-serving mayor, Tim Shagbolt, has just turned up for a drink.
Tim, 2 West Auckland boys, us, originally. Yeah. OK. You coming home, mate?
Sorry, I'd love to come home. I mean, I got 3 sons and 7 grandchildren in Auckland, you know. And I still love going there and visiting them, but this is where I've been adopted and this is my home, and I'm hanging in there. And, of course, I've heard if you die in office, the council pay for your funeral.
Well, after my social detour last night, I've decided to head back onto the trail. But before I do, I'm going to visit some of our rangatahi at Southland's only kura.
The kura is in Invercargill, the biggest city in Southland, and the Te Araroa Trail passes right by here as I make my way south.
Kia ora.
Tēnā koe. Nau mai hara mai. Ko rotua.
Tika ana koe, good to see you.
Me koe hoki. So we're going to go and have a look at our kura, are we?
Aye.
Ka pai tēnā. Ko mātua nake te kura kaupapa Māori o tēnei rohe.
Aye.
Ore hiku, aye. Ko a mātua tamariki piki mai te taurima ki te kauma iwa.
Aye.
Ngā ki tō te mātauranga.
Pepi me ngā piki ake ki ngā taiohi. Aye.
Ko te kaupapa, ko te tuakana teina.
Ai, tērā te tahi. He kura Pākehā i mua, he kura mō ngā rangatahi. Āhua iwarau pēr, kua e hia rua te kaumārua tau pēr mātou ki konei. Ai.
E tupu ana te kura?
O ai, ai. Tahi rau whātekau e tēnei, wā te nunga he pēpi. Ka hi pātu tātou ki ngā akomanga ngā pēpi pēr. Te tiro ai, whakatoi ai kia rātou. Hei hunga haututu rātou.
Oh, ka pai. He mea pai tēnā.
O ai, ka pai. Ka ora te wairua te tangata, nera.
Kia ora.
Kia ora. Nau mai hara mai ki tēnei akomanga.
Kia ora.
Ko te akomanga o whaedi tēnei. Ko enei wana tauira tino whakahirahira ne.
Ka
Kei te kātou kātou mahi.
Kia ora, tamariki mā.
It's funny coming to Southland. There's not a huge number of brown faces here, and I'm wondering how hard it is for people to stay connected to their taha Māori. Anyway, once they showed me their dance moves, I just couldn't resist. I just had to get up on the dance floor.
That's enough. Uncle Peel's getting a heart attack. Ko pau te hau, kanui tēnā.
But wait, there's more.
It's all on.
Ora, nau mai ki tēnei akomanga.
Kia ora, tamariki mā, kia ora.
Tamariki waiata pēr.
Yeah, I feel a waiata coming on.
Kia ora.
Pai, tāhua. Tēnā pai koutou.
You're all going to Hollywood.
And at the top end of the school are these 2 rangatahi who amaze me with their strength, focus and wisdom at such a young age.
Kia ora, kōrua.
Kia ora.
Nā, ko wai koe.
Ko Jaylee Heron tōku ingoa, no ngā te parau, ngā puhi me te Aotearoa.
Ko taka o wanu dan tōku ingoa. Ngā te parau, rau ko te whānau punu o ki iwi. I whanga ki Manihiki.
Tupu mai kōrua i roti i te reo?
I katahi anoa I tai ki tēnei kura I te tau 2001, tainoa ki te rawa, ko korero te au I roto I te reo.
Kārawi.
I haere mai ki tēnei kura pepi ana o ki tau. A be rua, I haere ki te kohanga. Te wā I hori au te rima I haere tōtika au ki tēnei kura konoho au ki konei mo tōku oranga katoa.
Kārawi. A te mea nui I roto I te ao Māori.
Ki au nei ko te reo te mea matua I roto I te reo I te ao Māori. I te mea ko tērā tamātou pukenga, ko tērā tamātou ake reo.
Me koe?
Kia hau ko te whānau. Ko te whānau. Nā, ka taia te reo, ka taia te kōrero te reo. And ka puta mai. Engari mena kia koe he whānau aroha, whānau manaki. He tika.
Tēnei mahi te mau rākau. He mea nui tēnei kia kaurua?
Ai, tino.
Ai, au marika.
He me harikoa, he me ua. Engari, ka piki tō ihi, tō tō mana. Ka piki te mau ngā mea te whakawhanaungatanga. He tino ātāhua te mai hoki.
Well, I'm happy for them to build their inner strength, but I didn't know I'd get to be part of the equation.
So this is quite serious then?
Yep. Maui tō taiaha. Ka tahi ka wero hiau ki a koe. He wainga nui I te porohita nei. Ka tahi ka timata te whawhai. Ko tō mahi, hei pāua ki te upoko.
No, I'm not comfortable about this. I've been challenged by a girl. Now, what does one do in such a situation?
Ko tahi te pere! Ko hau ko. Oh, hei! This little chick wasted me. If this was a serious situation, her tribe would be victorious and I'd be komate. She rocks.
Tohu atu.
You know what? That was awesome. A little bit dangerous, but awesome. I've got to get back on the trail.
Ka kite whānau. See ya.
I'm loving Southland, but sometimes, and they'll hate me for saying this, but the weather just ain't for the faint-hearted. And there's not a lot of room for pedestrians on this last bit of road from Invercargill to Bluff.
Yes! I have arrived!
We're now at the southern end of the Te Araroa Trail. Until 1903, the port town of Bluff was the first contact for all ships coming to Aotearoa. Most early Europeans arrived in Bluff before they got to other parts of New Zealand. There was heaps of intermarriage, and you'd be hard-pressed to find any kei tahu without a whaler in their whakapapa.
Well, I'm off to meet Estelle Lesk. She's a born and bred Bluffie. Receptionist by day, conservationist and stoat trapper extraordinaire on her downtime. Whew. Ko ahua makariri. Ai. Estelle. Kia ora, mate.
Kia ora, Pio.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, just got here in time.
Yeah, you did. Pop your pack in and we'll go for a walk.
Good call.
Great.
Lead the way, young lady.
All right, let's do it.
Kia ora. So, what are you actually doing here today?
Well, Pio, I'm here today to trap stoats, weasels, put some poison out for our rat bait stations, just to protect our forest.
Estelle is a born and bred Bluffy. She's kei tahu, Kāti Māmoe, Waitahu, Whakatohea and Ngāti Ruanui descent. And as you might be able to spot from her name, her other half is from whaling stock.
When we first started the project on Bluff Hill, about 6 years ago now, we were not hearing any birds in our forests. We knew there were stoats, people had seen them on the tracks. So we'd found an adult titi, one of our mutton birds in our colony, eaten out by stoats on the track. So we went and approached DOC, Department of Conservation, and we said, we want something done about this. This is a DOC reserve. This is our home. We need to sort it out. We're very lucky.
This area?
So we formed our trust and started the project.
So when you say very few places left like this in Southland, there's been a huge loss of native bush and forest?
Oh yes, there's 90% of Southland forest has been felled, and they're
90?
Yes.
Sad, eh?
And they're still felling it.
Yeah.
So we have a huge ancient podocarp forest, which is very rare now, and it meets the sea, so we can get the seabirds that belong here in our backyard, and penguins. Of course, it's that cold down here, you do get the penguins coming in.
I have noticed it. Noticed it a bit brisk.
Yes.
Bit of snow action around.
So, so we've been trapping 6 years now, and now our birds are coming back.
Ka ki te koena, ko tā mai tō tātou rangatira.
Yes. Pi waka waka.
Tēnā koe. How cool is that?
It's for us.
It's for us.
There's a trap set off here, Pio, if you want to have a wee look. It's M9, one of our mustelid traps.
Mustelid?
Yes, mustelid is
I've come across that word a bit, mustelid.
Yes. It's sort of the general name for a stoat, weasel or ferret.
Right.
They're a member of the
mustelid whānau.
Skunk family, whānau, yes. And they smell just as bad.
Right.
So, and unfortunately it hasn't been triggered by any sort of stoat, which is actually quite good because...
Well, fortunately, really,
Yes, that's right. But sometimes they can just be set off by a mouse activity, and of course they won't kill a mouse. So we rebait with hare meat, and it's salted, so it lasts up to 3 months.
Oh, cool.
So we just pop that on, and we have these flags so that we can see if they've been set off.
Give us a demo.
Sure. Okay. So get ready. So as you can see, nothing's going to survive that. And now it's got fresh bait in there.
It's a bit like the old rural mail, isn't it? When you get a letter, the flag comes up.
Yeah.
Nice. Postie's been.
Yes.
Stoat's been.
So
Postman's stoat. That's enough.
That's all done and safely secured, so no one gets their hands in there.
Yeah, for sure. Good effort. No more stoats. Hate stoats.
That's our goal.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
There's no airport in Bluff, is there? Because I can hear a 747. That's thunder, isn't it?
It's thunder. Thunder and lightning.
Yeah. What is it about Bluff people? They're just so connected to the Fenway and the elements.
Yeah, I think because we've all grown up in it and...
And you're tough.
We do, we are. We're rough and tough, and we come from Bluff.
Rough and tough from Bluff?
Yes.
Too much. Fantastic. Hey, look, thanks so much for having me out.
It's been a pleasure.
And kia kaha, keep up your wonderful
Kia ora,
work.
thank you.
Nearly half of Bluffies identify as Māori. During April and May, you wouldn't know it though. That's because nearly all local Māori whānau take part in the traditional harvesting of mutton birds on the 36 Titi Islands that are scattered between Bluff and Rakiura, Stewart Island. The Titi are a cherished part of South Island Māori tradition.
Gail and Bubba have just returned from the TT Islands, and I'm also hoping to catch up with an old mate of mine, Tiny Metzger, who's a ko-mātua from this area. And we're going to do a bit of a master chef Bluff styles. Should be good. Kia ora, bro.
Kia ora, Pio. Hey.
Tēnā koe, mate.
Tēnā koe.
Oh.
Good trip?
Yeah, well, long story.
But anyway, we've got some titi to prepare. The Bluff way.
You can tell that 3 blokes in the kitchen is just fluid, beautifully organised, no confusion at all.
Well, that's how you multitask.
Kia ora, brother. So you just want these in small chunks?
Yep.
We need some energy in our kitchen.
Absolutely.
Yes, chef. Titi, mutton bird, would that be considered, you know, kai o te rangatira in its time?
Well, kai for everyone.
Yeah.
The beauty of it was that they were packed in kelp with the pin around them, so that they're absolutely airtight, and they would keep for years like that. They could keep it for when times were hard and there was no other food around.
Engari, ki wetahi I tapahingia mai te manu ki pēnei. Ana, ko mātou I waihotia. Yeah, ai. No aro whenua hau I te taha o kaitahu, waitaha ka te māmoe. E tipu aki a hau kei aro whenua. Engari, I ēnei rā, ko moto pohu e te kāinga. Kei kōrema. But Tiny's doing some his way, and we'll do some our way. Ka pai?
It's good when you've got two right ways.
Yeah.
Ka pai, engari me titiro au kia koe.
Ai, māma no iho tēnei mai.
You could go down to the medical centre and do the odd hernia, really, you know, just for the boys off the boat. I remember the last time we met, Tiny, you'd had a physical and you were quite worried because you didn't want to stop eating mutton birds because of cholesterol, but your doctor reminded you that it's actually the good oil, mate.
So that's omega oil. That's not fat, he said. That's good for your gout.
So we can eat these birds with a clear conscience.
Absolutely.
We're doing our bodies a service.
Yep.
Yes, I've been told that.
Kia ora, boys.
Mai ho te kohua ne, kei ko rā.
O me poro?
Ai, kei whē te taonga o te Pākehā anō.
Oh.
Tai ho. Tata ki te miti. I nā wā o mua, mātou haere ki te mōtiri titi. Nā taonga o te mahi kei reira I kauia mai te waka, ki te whenua, mai te oni o te motu, ki runga ki te wāhi o te whare. I ēnei rā, he topo I
Māori a kapo ngam.
I arke nei, I mau ana, I tau mai ana mātou taonga tata ki te whare.
How much do you think your time in the island has contributed to tikanga and reo to the families here?
Yeah, we were told as children, you know, never mind about te reo, the white man's way is the way. So I've got grandchildren who are fluent and they pester me to, oh, you should learn. No, I'm too old to learn that. I've got a lot of other things to do. Oh, but you know all the words, you just got to put them together.
Yeah. But you've preserved the traditions and those things, you know, so everybody has their part to fulfil. Hai te kakara. Beautiful. Engari e hua e mōhiana koe ki tō tātou reo rangatira. Engari he whawhai, ne, he bigi whawhai ki te whakatū te reo I rote I te waipaunamu.
Yep. I te tūwheratanga o te marae.
Ai.
Ko tērā te wāhi I karanga atu ki aru.
Kia ora.
When the marae in Bluff opened its tipuna whare 10 years ago, it inspired Bubba to begin his study of te reo Māori.
I taua wā, kaori e kōrero te reo. Te kaunā tau I mahia a hau I raro te korawai o te whare wānanga.
O Aotearoa.
Haere tonu, he akona tonu ki te reo.
Oh, ai.
Ai. Anei ahau.
Ki ana te Pākehā, build it and they will come. Because that's what happened to you, eh? Marae was built here, becomes a centre.
Yeah.
Nā, ka tupu mai te reo.
Ai.
Thank you very much.
Finally, the work is done. The meal is ready.
I've been waiting all year, Maureen, for this.
Sorry.
Get a knife for
With
that.
salt bread, you've got to have.
There is a
salt
knife
bread,
there.
you've got to have bread and butter. Yeah. Right.
Silence. Doesn't happen much with me.
Ai, Māori ka whānau. Tino reka. Yeah, that's real southern hospitality. Māori styles.
After that awesome K, it's time for a quick snooze to give me energy for the next Bluff attraction.
Well, look, it's on. I'm in Bluff. I do like seafood. It'd be rude not to go. This is going to be one of the best days of my life.
This festival, which prides itself for being unsophisticated and proud of it, started 20 years ago, and now, every year, thousands come from near and far.
The ode to the Bluff Oyster. We carry you from Fovo Strait to the safety of the shore and free you from your protective shell so the public can adore. A gem, a pearl, O oyster, bounty of the sea. It gives us so much pleasure, such a truly delectable treasure.
So your name's Spencer, what's your surname?
Morrison.
Spencer Morrison.
That is true. Long last, we've got it right.
Because I've been admiring the outfit because it's sharp, very sharp, and I noticed they're not pants, are they? What are they called?
Trews.
Trews. You've got the Scottish influence there and the Māori influence there. Tell me about that.
That's Scotty Morrison, give me that, when he was down here prior to his marriage.
So hang on, Scotty Morrison gave you this tie. I've known Scotty for years. He's never given me a tie. What's your secret?
Oh, I'm a Morrison.
A Māori Morrison?
Yes, and so is he.
Yeah, I think he knows.
Yes, I'm sure he does.
So you're a Scottish Māori?
Something like that, yes.
Is there any particular traits of a Scottish Māori?
No, we love humour.
We love humour?
Yes.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Good luck. I'll see you next year, bro.
I don't know whether we'll allow you down, will we?
Well, I'm a Morrison too.
Bluff oysters are unarguably the most succulent, most delicious oysters in the world. They grow slowly and peacefully in the crystal clean, clear waters of Fovo Strait until they're plump and juicy and ready to eat. And so it begins.
It's very hard to tell with just one. You can't really make an honest assessment. A good oyster, when you have to cut it in half just to get it in your gob. Guys, I love you all. I think that...
Take that on with you, mate.
Kia ora, bro.
Mutton very hard stew.
Kia ora, cheers. Tino reka. Hearty, bluff, mutton bird heart. It's going to be huge. What's this?
It's a crayfish cocktail.
Crayfish cocktail? Oh, I've never had that before.
Really?
I love this place.
Well, this Bluff weather is coming in hard, and I've been asked to man the stalls while the crew go to secure the marquee before it blows away.
Hey, mate, what can I get you?
I'll try some of that mutton bird heart stew.
Ladies, mutton bird heart stew, one. $10 or two for 30.
Oh, Bluff, eh?
I don't know if you can notice, but there's a huge gale coming through here. I've just been talking to these ladies from Bluff, and they said, well, yeah, you're right, but that's Bluff, eh? No worries. Let's carry on.
I can handle a bit of rain, but this wind is getting scary. All of a sudden, we've got the fire brigade, ambulances, Coast Guard, and now we're being evacuated. The festival is officially closed because of the 140k winds. But hey, that's Bluff, and I got a feed. The Te Araroa Trail doesn't go any further south than this, and this has certainly been the land of hidden gems. And I don't mean the glitzy, sparkly stuff, I mean real treasure. You know, the landscapes, the whenua, the moana, the kei, the people. They're warm, they're generous, and they're ruggedly beautiful. Mauri ora.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.